Call me crazy, but I truly believe Liverpool could do the unthinkable. The signing of Alexander Isak has not really been spoken about enough, in my opinion, because how long it took and the length of time it took to do and get across the line. I think people have just got back to their general ways. International break, people have forgotten about it. But for me, Liverpool could do the unthinkable. I am talking about the quad. I genuinely do not see how Liverpool don't have the best chance to do what has not done before. And that is, of course, all four trophies. And people might say that's crazy. They ain't got the squad depth. They're not as good as you think. They're not going to gel like you think. Arne Slot's still not quite there yet. And maybe they're question marks and maybe they're debatable topics. But they're favourites to win the Premier League. I'd say they're one of the favourites at the moment to win the Champions League, alongside PSG, who are the current European champions. But also, you have to look at Real Madrid at every opportunity in the Champions League. But in terms of Europe, I think Liverpool are right up there to have a chance of winning the Champions League as well. And right now, domestically, they're favourites to win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup as well. So right now, I'd say that if you were looking at the bookies' favourites to win the four competitions that Liverpool are in, I think Liverpool favourites to win three of them, which means that I think it's only really the Champions League that I'm looking at thinking maybe that's the most trickiest. But I look at what Liverpool are doing in Europe right now, and I think they've got an unbelievable squad in comparison to some of the others. So I've got to sit there and tell you that I am genuinely worried that Liverpool might do the unthinkable. Even if they was to do 2-3 trophies, a treble, a double, I still think it would be a madness. But for me, I truly believe that they have what it takes. And the Isak signing is just incredible. It's an unbelievable signing. It's one of the biggest and best that we've seen. Well, it is the biggest. It's a British transfer fee, right? But when I look at what Isak will bring to Liverpool, I don't think it is just goals. I think he's going to create an awful lot as well. Now, people might be shouting at the screen saying, "You absolute loon, what you're talking about. There's no way they can do a quadruple." I'm not saying they're going to. Look at the title. Liverpool can do the quadruple. I think they can. I don't see a reason why they can't. Now, I hope and I pray that Arsenal win a trophy and take that away from them this season. And I look at the two squads of Liverpool and Arsenal and think they are the strongest in the Premier League, which I believe that can probably be said about domestic cups and also in Europe as well. But for me, when I look at what Liverpool have got over Arsenal, it's match winners, experience, and know-how. I don't think the squads are massively different. If I look at the quality and strength of depth of Liverpool and Arsenal, I do see it's quite similar. But there's reasons why I favour Liverpool. I think they have individuals that are better. I think their level of quality is just a little bit better individually. I think they've got a better 11 than Arsenal. And I think they've got a manager and a squad that can get across the line. Arsenal probably have the sort of closest to Liverpool, I would say. But Arteta's yet to get across the line. And although we've got Salibas and Sakas and Declan Rice, I don't believe that they can be seen in the same mould as a Van Dijk or Salah, not because of their lack of experience, but because they haven't got across the line yet. Liverpool have. I look at their squad, Liverpool, and I think, right, we know what their best 11 is, and it's a very good one. Alisson Sin is one of the best goalkeepers in the league still, and probably in Europe. I think when you look at right back, yes, they'll miss Trent. Anybody would, but they have got two very good right backs in Conor Bradley and Jeremy Frimpong. And I think with Frimpong and Bradley being out, Szoboszlai has come in and done an unbelievable job. And some would argue has probably been their best player in the last couple of games playing at right back. Then, of course, you look at left back and Kirkez has come in and you've still got Andy Robertson there with his experience. And although Kirkez defensively has had some problems, I think for Bournemouth last season, he was the Premier League left back of the season. Then you go into central defence. We know what Konate and Van Dijk are about. And I think that Guehi was definitely a bit of a blow for them in the last minute. And I think if they would have got him, it would have been incredible. But I still rate the fact that they've got young Leone from Italy, who's a young boy who's going to come in and want to prove himself. And they've still got Joe Gomez there as well. Then you go into midfield. They've got Endo to back up Gravenberch. They've got Alexis McAllister, who I think is one of the best midfielders of his kind in the Premier League. They've got Curtis Jones, who's a steady Eddie when he comes in and delivers for Liverpool. And then, of course, Szoboszlai is now backing up Florian Wirtz. The signing of Wirtz is incredible. He's not had the best start. I don't think he's been phenomenal, but he's going to be a brilliant player because Liverpool play that style which just allows him not to be excellent for them. 116/17 million for an attacking 10. He is going to score goals. He is going to create. He's going to be a phenomenal signing for them. And then you look at the front three, and I must admit, without Isak, I think it looks really good. But Isak just takes it to that next level. And for me, I think the signing of Isak has probably allowed most people to believe that you can start etching their name into the Premier League trophy. He is a phenomenal striker. Only behind Haaland for me in terms of goals, but in terms of the actual striker and the player and the better of the two, Isak's the best Premier League striker without a doubt. The goals he scored in the last couple, I mean, Isak and Salah together, I think have been the top goal scorers for the last couple of seasons, I think, outside of Haaland. So they're going to score goals. Add to that Ekatike, Cody Gakpo, still got Chiesa, and the youngsters in Rio and co coming through. I think Liverpool have got the squad. I really do. Then I look at the manager, Arne Slot. He came in after Klopp, and I think there was a serious amount of pressure for whether he was good enough. Not to win it, was he good enough? Not only did he prove that he's a good manager, he's proved that he's a great manager that can get a side that's ready to get across the line. First time of asking. Oh, but Arsenal and Man City dropped off. Doesn't matter. You do your job. And he did. And something Arne Slot has done, which I don't think people have given him enough credit for yet, is I think he got 15, 20% out of some of the players that he needed to get the best out of. I think he improved the likes of Cody Gakpo. I think he brought Luis Diaz back into form. I think personally, he got the best out of players like Kunate, Curtis Jones. He used Gravenberch in a position that Klopp didn't really think he could play. They were needing a six for how many years? And he dropped Gravenberch into that six, and I think he's been excellent. And in the Premier League, would probably be up there, right up there, with the likes of Rice and Caicedo in terms of midfielders in the Premier League for that position. I think it's a phenomenal job that Arne Slot has done. And I think it needs to be respected and appreciated. I can see Liverpool doing some great things. They've always been a threat in the Champions League. Let's just have it right. They have never, ever got into the Champions League at a night at Anfield and gone, yeah, don't fancy this one. Let's shit the bed. Nobody wants to draw Liverpool in the Champions League. Nobody wants to go to Anfield, a Premier League game, let alone as a Champions League game. They've caused us a number of problems over the years, not just in the Champions League, but certainly at Anfield and at home. Liverpool are a top side. Liverpool are a massive club. Some would say the biggest club in England. They're going to be a problem this season, people. I think a lot of people have got them as favourites. I don't know many people that have tipped Chelsea or Man City or Arsenal to win the league. A lot of people are tipping Liverpool to do back-to-back. The transfer window they've had is as close to a 10 if you can get it. I actually believe if Guehi comes in, it is a 10. Where are they short? I just don't think they are. Alisson goes down, they've got Mohamedashvili. Any of the back line goes down, they've got a player to come in, whether it's Conor Bradley, whether it's Joe Gomez, whether it's Leone now, or whether it's Robertson. In midfield, we see that Endo's a good squad player, as is Curtis Jones. We've seen what their front line can do. If one of them's injured, maybe Cody Gakpo comes in. He started there last season. Ekatike coming into the mix. Brilliant signing. 3 goals in 3 games, I think it is, or 3 goals in 4. I have to be real. I look at Arsenal, Chelsea, City, and then the others, Newcastle down, and think, I don't think they've got any chance of getting near Liverpool if they turn it on with Isak and co. And I think Arsenal squad's very good. Now, if Arsenal had, let's say, Luis Enrique in charge, who's got a know-how, I might have more confidence. But I'd still say that these players in this team don't know what it's like to get across the line yet and don't have the winning mentality installed. So for me, I'm looking at all eyes on Liverpool this season. I actually do believe there should be an element of pressure for Liverpool to win at least 2 trophies this season because of what they've done this summer. If they've gone and spent an unbelievable amount of money, and I appreciate they've sold well too, but you can't spend that amount of money and then just take another Premier League like you did last season. I think you need to show more than that. I think you need to show that you're better than that because I truly believe that Liverpool are. If Liverpool don't walk away with a Premier League and a domestic cup, I'd be absolutely stunned. They were what? 2 or 3 games away from winning a quadruple a few seasons back under Klopp, and that was against Pep Guardiola's top Manchester City side. They haven't got a top Manchester City side now. They've got a Liverpool side that still have, an Arsenal side that has a lot of pressure. I think Liverpool are the team for me that could do a madness this season, and I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, people. But that's my honest opinion. I'm not doing this because Liverpool fans will love me. I don't like Liverpool as a club particularly. I wouldn't say I hate them. I've never had a huge rivalry with them. I certainly prefer them to Spurs, Manchester United, and Chelsea. But I look at Liverpool and think that they just look like they've got everything set. Their fans are excited. FSG and the board, Edwards coming back. I think for me, they're all singing off the same song sheet for the first time in quite some while. They're striking while the iron's hot, and I think they need to with Salah and Van Dijk's future in the next couple of years up for grabs. They know it's now, and the time really is now for Liverpool. I hope I'm wrong as an Arsenal fan, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Am I going over the top? Am I doing too much? Are Liverpool that good? Could they actually win more than a trophy this season? Or could they do the unthinkable of a treble or maybe even a quadruple? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.